there, YouTube? I'm back again today for another Kickstarter critique where I take a look at a different Kickstarter project every single time and give my honest thoughts on how that's being ran. So if you enjoy that kind of content, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below. Also, if anyone in the chat could let me know, we're having audio issues. Where's my face? My face is gone. Well, I guess there's no my face this time. Okay, we're having some slight issues on this one, but we're going to power through this because we're going to be talking about the, I believe it was the 17th most popular game, the 12th most popular game in all of Kickstarter right now. That is Quests and Canon, The Risen Islands, a high fantasy of the a high fantasy on the high seas. Okay, high twice. Competitive adventure game for 1 to 6. Now, the first thing I like here is that they mentioned 1 to 6 players, but oh my gosh, I do not like this main image. Like, look at that. The middle part's cool, but then it's just so cluttered, and I can't. I'm going to try and zoom and see if maybe it looks better when I zoom in. So let me double check this. Oh, dang it. Let's see. So I see the board. I can't read that. I can kind of read that. Now I do have a monitor. What's up, Noah? I do have a monitor that's old enough to vote at this point, but I can barely read that. I cannot see what that is. This box just looks like blue and pink, and then it just looks like colors. So I think I would choose to zoom in on this main image. Now, I'm sure when we click on this and we get on the main page, it's going to look way better. And Kickstarter really should let you have one specifically for here and then one specifically for there. But they don't because they suck. Live on Kickstarter, we don't need this. Like, that could go. We know. We're here. So that's good. You show me where the shipping is. But I would somehow zoom into this a little bit or get rid of something. But I do think that right there is the hot shot. That's a good shot. So 1 to 6 players, great to know. I'd love to know the time length. I'd love to know the age as well. But I will say, oh, and then here we go. Then yes, this looks so much better. And now, and this is what I'm saying, Kickstarter should let you do both, but they don't, and it's super annoying. Because this is a great image, but people don't get to see this great image on the outside. And yeah, that's just annoying. So, $18,000 raise. Oh, it just hit its funding goal like a second ago. Good for it. Go you. A high fantasy for 1 to 6 heroic champions. So as always, when I go to this video, I'm thinking 3 things. Do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? Let's go.
In Quests and Cannons, The Risen Islands, you are a heroic champion from one of the...
Okay, I'm actually kind of annoyed that it's still spinning. I want you to stop so I can get a look at the board. Let me know what you think about that.
3 great nations.
Like, I want to know what those words are in the middle. Like, what does this say? What's that say?
One of the 3 great nations. 20. Delves.
These are, so it's almost a little bit too fast. I want to see the artwork, and I know this is components. That's obviously looking like component artwork potentially. But those are cool little ships too. Those are little details that I might not have noticed because it's going pretty fast.
Delves. Ports.
I can't see this artwork. I can't.
Get ready to embark on an epic adventure as you set sail to explore the Risen Islands.
I like it.
Receive quests from island settlers.
That's cool. The Archmaestros have convened at the librarian to sing of the coming age, but they still need gem and incense to hone their voices and fine metal strings to carry them. So it's a pick up deliver game. Pick this up, deliver it here. Okay, cool. Like it.
Navigate harsh seas to...
Whoa! Okay, prototype. I don't have a problem with that, but it looks like a cool little effect. I actually like that.
Follow and solve map clues. Gather resources to complete quests and upgrade your ship, adding...
Oh, there we go. That is sexy. That's a fun ship spot. Now, I imagine this is once again a prototype because it looks like it's like wood cut, wood burnt in there, which is nice. It looks really good. But wow, so you're gonna be able to slide different things in there. That's giving me a high replayability and variability buzz. And it just looks good. Coins, ship slot, action points. It looks like a clean, fun board to use. I'm excited. And then I see this special character. I see, oh, there's a bunch of different text on here. I'm going to have different special abilities. I like all that.
More sails, cannons, and cargo.
Oh, that's giving me, what is it? That really, really good one that everybody loves. The racing game. The racing piratey themed game where you have different, that's just a great spot. I like that shot.
While you can
that last 8 seconds, just, ooh, I think that convinced a lot of people right there. I think you see that, you say that looks like fun.
And with rival champions, arm the cannons and prepare for combat. Utilize powerful loot to turn the tide and ensure your homeland prospers. Do you have what it takes to sail the Risen Islands?
Okay. Okay. I really like what they tried to do there. And what I think they succeeded at doing there. I like that. I like that a lot. It was short. It was quick. I got a feel, kind of. But then again, I will also say I got a feel because I stopped the video. I think that was just a bit too fast. But I like the basic premise there. I thought it showed off a lot of good stuff about the game. So there, do I want it? Yeah. I like that sort of game. Swashbuckling, high seas, high fantasy. I like it. I'm in. Do I want it? Yes. Can you do it? How much is it? Let's get to that. All right. So first created, 41 backed. Look at that. You look like you're a member of the community. You look like, oh my gosh, they've supported it. I like the stop motion. Very unique. Not something you see that much. Yeah, I do as well. Especially that cool little the waves. Short Hop Games was founded by Eric and Sheldon and addressed a market gap where people, especially couples, have difficulty finding games that can both enjoy because there's a difference in their experience with gaming. Short Hop Games seeks to create games that bridge the gap between gamers of all skill levels by designing games that are intuitive and approachable for newcomers while maintaining strategic depth so seasoned gamers can stay engaged as well. So, like, we're not getting too far to the deep end of the pool with our games. Cool. We have back kit. They're not going to help, but we have 2 collaborators here, so we should have 3 people on the customer service and the updates. That looks good. So I'm not super convinced here, but let's check out what we got. Linkage. We got 2 Facebooks. 1 Facebook is not good enough. So let's check this real quick. Private group. Cool. Thanks. No, thank you. It's just why private group? Why not open it up? Oh, here we go. So this is the public group. So this is the game publisher. So what's the difference between the two? Okay, now I'm back on board. This looks solid. We got 500 people. They're saying, hey, we're going to be active and communicating there. Like it. So website, charter course. I'm going to assume this just takes us straight to the Kickstarter. Looking at the bottom. Yep, straight to the Kickstarter. And quick setup. Ooh, this has got some good stuff. All right. Solid website. Put some time into that. Looks good. Am I convinced? Not necessarily, but I'm not convinced. They're showing me a lot of good things. And 500 people excited. Like, getting 500 people in that group, that actually does convince me a lot more. Because that's not easy. Like, you try and start a Facebook group for a board game and get 500 people on it, it's a pretty difficult task. So hats off to them. Quested candidates, the original. So what do I want? I want, how much is it? Can you do it? How much is it primarily? So 1 to 6 players, 20 minutes for players. That is really small to read there. Like, I would blur that up. Ages 14 plus. Hopefully they clarify that in a little bit, because I don't get the impression that this is actually going to be an ages 14 plus game. I hope it's an ages 10 plus. And that's why when you have an age like that, I would make sure to lead off somewhere early with like a quote about how good it is for families. You know, and I'm sure they put it ages 14 plus because of choking hazards or something stupid like that. And this, I would really like to see this zoomed in. That'd be good. But I like it. They're hammering home 6 players, because that is something that you're not going to see too terribly often in our hobby for a game like this. So 20 minutes per player, so it's a 2-hour game at 6 players. Okay. Quested Candidates is a thematic strategy game set in an original high fantasy world that can be enjoyed by both new and seasoned players alike. You're a heroic champion set to explore the Risen Isles, complete quests, gather resources, follow map clues, upgrade your ship, collect loot, and battle rivals to ensure your homeland prospers. Cool. Redundant. I mean, I'm glad you put it there because you didn't put it super huge here, but it just feels a bit redundant there. If you're looking for something that combines the sandbox pirate feel of Merchants and Marauders with accessibility of classics like Catan, Quested Candidates scratches that itch in a serious way. That, I do think, is a great quote. Classics like Catan, okay. With the accessibility of classics like Catan, I like it. With the accessibility of classics like Catan, but then they listed 1. So that's a little odd, but whatever. Flash funding goal. Funded in 48 hours, and we add 3 additional champions. Cool. That just happened. Great. So they pretty much said, back it early so we can get that initial buzz. They did an awesome job. They created that Facebook space for 500 people. They gave them a reason to back and back now. And so far, top notch. I just need that damn price already. I think it would have been good up here. Let's get to the components too. All right, play as the goblins, turkey goblins, if we fund in 48 hours. That's a cool one. That's a cool. I want to be turkey goblins. I want to play that race first now. So that is a great one to have there. Awesome. All right, Best in Show CT Festival of Indie Games. Cool. Awesome. One thing I might look into that is see what other games have won the Best in Show at the CT Festival of Indie Games, and if any of those have been something that were like, you know, big. You know, I mean, I would just look into that. And I'm sure maybe they did, but if they didn't, that's something to think about. Because if it's like, oh, they also won, you know, you got what I'm saying. Large dual-layer player boards organize and track game elements. Yeah, we saw it in the video. Cool. Still going too fast for me, but all right. Whatevs. Versatile, zoom it in. Versatile modular board allows for solo, co-op, 2 to 6 free-for-all, 2v2. Ooh, 2v2v2. Ooh, any team, anytime where you have at least 3 teams, I'm always in on a game that just excites me, so I'm glad they mentioned it there. I love the turkey goblins because turkey gobble. Oh, so clever. Oh, it is. Okay, it is clever. I would have never noticed that. Quested Candidates was a hit with my experienced game group and my family. It's rare that this game is so appealing to a wide audience and still offers strategic play and meaty decisions. So if Patrick Hepner at any point in that, or you can just put Patrick's family is this age, and I think that would make that quote oh so valuable. When he says with my family, what does that mean? 16 years old versus 9-year-old. Those are going to tell me very different things about this game. So yeah, I would look into that. I think because I thought leading off with something telling me how easy this is going to be to play would be a good idea, and I still don't know if I could play with my 9-year-old. So I think that's a little bit of a knock here because I want to know that. Like if I were actually interested in purchasing this game, that would be one of the big questions that I have, and I don't feel like it's been answered yet. It reminds me a great deal of the excellent Merchant's Marauder, but it's so much simpler to grasp that venerable classic that it will likely render it obsolete in some households. So cool, they're saying it's going to render this all-time classic obsolete, but once again, it's much simpler to grasp. How simple? I still that doesn't tell me. Are you going to make me watch a gameplay video? So $60, awesome. Almost snuck by me though. I will say the number's right there. So $60. So that's a really great price. I would quite honestly lead with that. I know your main image is already super cluttered, but I would put that up there. $60 is not unreasonable at all. That's MSRP. But let's see if I'm convinced. I'm already partially convinced because the bottom line is you have a niche here. Anytime you dip into that 5 and 6 player territory on a game night style game, you've already got a specific niche. You're out of that 2 to 4 range where it's just insanely competitive. 9 champion tiles, cool. I'd love to see those zoomed in. Just one at a time, maybe even angle them a little bit because I want to know. Like if I'm here, if I'm at the $60 and I'm like, convince me, I want to know what the different asymmetric special abilities are. Because here's the other thing, by going here and reading those different asymmetric special abilities, I'm also going to get more of a firm grasp about what the game is about and how the game plays, which I think it's why it's so important that you zoom in on components, because people have played a lot of games a lot of the time, and just when you see something like, oh, okay, when you can make that connection in your brain, like, so that mechanism is kind of like the one from this, and I think it's good to zoom in. 9 champion standees, cool. 6 action point trackers, neat, I guess. I can't even see what's on them. These things, yippee. Zoom air in my mouth, and OBS is back. So I do apologize. My OBS just disconnected. I really have to look into these issues I've been having lately. So back to the components. 3 nation tiles, 3 outpost tiles, cool. What are these for? What do these do? Where do they go? I'm pretty sure these are like the puzzle pieces that go around the outside of the board, which that's cool. Are we going to have different interchangeable ones of these that could potentially impact gameplay? Because if that's what's going on, I'm in. Tons of variability, tons of potential for different stretch goals as well. We're going to add a new nation tile. We're going to add a new outpost tile, and that would move the needle. That would get me back and checking to see how amazing and epic this $60 game could be. And oh my gosh, let me tell you, when you can make a $60 game on Kickstarter amazing, anything that's like, because when it's like a CMON thing that's like, yeah, $130, it's like, yeah, it's amazing, but it's still $130. But if you can make a game in the 60 to, below range and start getting all those stretch goals, that's when you really get that fantastic sense of value. And so I'm excited to see what they're doing in the stretch goal area, if they have the stretch goal area, but I don't, they have the long scrolly sexy shot, but it's not zoomed in. Ooh, I want to see these reference cards. Look at this. This looks like such a use like that. What the hell is going on in this reference card? There is so much reference on that card. And I can't see what it is. I want to see what the reference is. All right. Flash funding champions will be included if project is funded within the first 48 hours. Scrap that because it's already happened. So here we have the deluxe, everything for standard, plus the following. And hopefully none of it is gameplay. That is the Cardinal Bauer sin of Kickstarter. Do not make me go to the deluxe to get any gameplay. Quick clay mat. Awesome. That's a banger. I'd like to know the size. I feel like that's kind of a no-brainer. Dimensions, millimeters, and inches, please. Because once again, as always, we check here, but it's always dominate the United States of America. 160 to 15 for Canada, and then 11 for Germany. So nowhere else pretty much back and too big. All right, whoops, here we go. So 45 metal coins. Wow, why are those metal coins not metal? I understand if you don't know what the metal coins look like, but the last thing I feel like you should do is put non-metal coins quite literally under the words metal coins. But we don't know what they're going to look like. Maybe just show off a couple. Oh my gosh, here you go. Why don't you get rid of this segment and say voting in the updates, keep your eyes peeled in the updates. We're going to allow voting on what the coins, which designs to put on the coins or something like that. Bring me into the experience, but not cardboard coins. I don't think that's the way to go. 6 custom travelers dice. Those look hot. That looks hot. And once again, we're kind of zoomed in on those. Like, this is the first time we've really felt... Yeah, this is the first time I felt like we've really zoomed in the proper level of zooming in. Because, like, look at these dice. You don't give a damn about those traveler dice. But these ones, woo, we zoom in now for these. And I just, like, treat all of your components like that. I think that's just the way you go. One of the biggest problems with the sandbox genre is the attempt to slap all these gameplay styles together using the cheapest glue possible. I like that verbiage. In this game, everything ties together as if a master loomer was working over time. Wow, Mark, I love your quote. Because that is honestly something that I've been trying to convey. Like, as a reviewer, I love when I see people say things that I can't say the best way, if that makes sense. Because I read this and I think Orleans from Tasty Minstrel Games, one of my top 10 games of all time. I absolutely love that game because every single moving part and moving piece in that game just kind of seamlessly interweaves together like a master loomer. A+ quote, Mark. Choose your champion. Play as one of the heroic champions from the great nations of Miraheim. Explore countless different strategies, combating champions in team play. So I've gotten the price now. I still want the shipping because once again, I don't know why we do this. Like, this is the shipping. This is the price area. There's 2 things, 60 and 100. Why can't we have the shipping down here? Just a real quick blurb. You pay this much for this one and this much for that one. Why can't we do it? We can change the industry standard. Be the change you want to see, Kickstarter creators. Play as one of the heroic champions from the great nations of Miraheim. Cool. What's up? Gameplay. Awesome. All the mechanics, components, and artwork synergize so well that I'm surprised this is the title for first-time designers and publishers. So that is kind of like what they said before. They're really trying to spotlight that, which I don't think is a bad thing to try and spotlight at all, because when you have a game like that, part of the reason why I love having a game like that where everything just comes together so beautifully is the fact that it makes it so much easier to teach because everything just flows. Okay. Question cannons ends when a player on teams reach a prosperity victory goal. Why are we... Okay, so we're talking about the gameplay. Cool, how a turn works. Great, if I really want to see this, I just want a gameplay video on how to play video. The mechanics all synergize very well together to make a meaty but simple game. Okay, so 3 in a row is a bit much. I was okay with the first one. Thought it was spectacular. Second one, I said, all right, hammer home that point. 3, okay, we get it. It synergizes. Can we talk about something else? Asymmetrical powers, perhaps? Because there's how many different characters, and apparently they have different things? Like... I don't feel like we've really heard that much about that, which makes me wonder if they're not that different. Explore the islands, reveal the... And once again, you don't want me thinking that, do you? Like, that's just my brutal, honest opinion, and I'm just scrolling through this, and I say, well, now I'm a little bit curious. Why haven't they really hammered home on the fact they have 9 different asymmetrical things? All right, gather, cool, great stuff from the video. Don't care. I just want a gameplay video, which is hopefully further down here. But if you want to get in the weeds and this is how you jam, you know what? I need to make a poll. Do you actually read through this section here? Do you really read through it to figure out how the gameplay goes, or do you use one of the videos? Because I would love to know, because I hardly ever use this section. I go for the videos. But everybody consumes media differently. Every 4 pips rolled equals 1 hit. I love this mechanic. Every 4 pips rolled equals 1 hit. So if you roll a 4 or a 5 or a 6, okay, that's an odd thing to spotlight. If you have 1 cannon, you'll never do more than 1 damage. If you have 2 and roll badly, you probably still do 1 damage, and a perfect roll does extra damage. Oh, the combat. So we're talking about the combat system there. Okay, so it's just kind of a clunkier way to talk about the combat system without context. But I actually do really like that as well, that sense of excitement, which fits the theme of the game, I must say. You know, you're launching cannons, it's not going to hit 100% of the time. So that, actually, now that I kind of really think about it, I like that quote because it gets me a little bit more excited about the game. You know, because it's going to have those exciting moments where it's like, all right, I got 3 cannons, I should have this, no problem. And you're like, ah! Like, I love that. Battle your rivals, turn the tides, yada, yada. Where's the shipping? That's all I want. Lightning in a bottle, that is what this is. Question Cannon says all the bells and whistles that we've come to expect from some big players in the industry, and they knocked it out of the park on their first. Don't wait on this game, it's just that good. I don't. Okay, so this is just a straight up fluff piece about how good it is. Let me rephrase that. That quote is. I'm not saying Scott Walton, what he did was, I'm saying they took this specific quote, and if you go through a positive review and you take out a very specific part of the positive review, it obviously is going to look like a fluff piece. Like if you went to my Twilight Imperium review and you just watched like the last 40 seconds, I said it's amazing, it's my favorite game of all time now, and it absolutely blows everything else away. And if you just took that quote and put it there, it would make it look like just a straight up fluff piece from me without having all the context. So once again, I don't put that on Scott Walton, I put it on them because I don't feel like this quote unquote really moves the needle anymore. Just because. We're not going to go there. How to play videos. Ooh, what's this? How to play like a real one? 17
Hello,
minutes?
choppers, and welcome to our How to Play for the upcoming Kickstarter.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot. Awesome. Good for Chops. Good for Chops. Go check out his channel. So great. And that's what I want to see. Front and... You know what? I honestly... All this stuff you've been talking about, I don't give a damn. This is what I want. I'll sit here and I'll do dishes 17 minutes. I'll have decided if I want to spend the $60 on your game. At least that's how I do my Kickstarter shopping if I shopped on Kickstarter and have the money to do it. Anywho, solo co-op mode. We designed the solo co-op mod to closely emulate the multiplayer experience with minimal overhead controlling AI ships while providing a variability challenging experience. Play solo or with up to 3 players on a team. Cool. Okay.
Hi, I'm Johnny, and you're watching the Hexy Beast.
What's the video? Are you just going to play it? Okay. Oh, it looks like a gameplay? No, it can't. It couldn't be a gameplay. I don't know what this video is because it's cut off right here. So I don't know. We'll get there. I don't want to get flagged because sometimes when you start watching portions of people's YouTube videos, it like flags YouTube, and I don't want to deal with that shebang. So, but if that's a how to play solo video, awesome. That's what I hope it is. Or if that's a full gameplay, because once again, it did say 20 minutes per player. If that's a full gameplay, that's awesome. Either way. I like their videos right there. I don't think they have too many. They have from 2 different people, which I always think is a good thing. So this is the table of contents. What kind of... Oh, this is going to be one of those giant, obnoxious square rule booklets. Okay. Whatevs. It is what it is. Oh, components. Where's the setup? Great. We go straight to the setup, which you would be surprised. I see so many Kickstarters that are like setups on page 19, and I'm like, what the hell are you putting before the setup? There should not be that many things before the setup. Okay, this looks like a pretty solid rule booklet. Pictures, illustrations, examples. I like it. I'm going to guess that this I really would like. The green stuff on the side. I love when people spotlight certain information that you want to know. It looks like a solid rule booklet. Ooh, and I like the art a little bit. Wow, actually looking at this rule booklet makes me think that I don't think they've been spotlighting the art as well. Because I really like the artwork a lot more after looking at that rule booklet than what I've seen so far. Once again, zoom in. Maybe that's it. Zoom in. Glad I looked at that rule booklet. Play Quest Cadence now on Tabletop Simulator. Cool, and I've been experimenting. Hopefully, I got a new PC rig. My buddy Josh helped me set it up, and I'm hoping to start doing more of this kind of stuff and actually doing like some gameplay videos of these things. So you might see me do that because this game does look really stinking cool. Quest Cadence print and play preview copy. Awesome, great. Some people charge you for that. I've seen people charge like, really? Come on, get the hell out of here. Yeah, give it to people free because nobody's printing that off. Like, let's be honest. What percentage of you would print off a print and play? Now, granted, I will say, I shouldn't say that because in other parts of the world where shipping is just astronomically expensive, okay, I take it back. I take it back. But I don't think most people in America are printing print and plays. Let me know about that. Extended playtesting really shows in this game. That's actually a good quote. I'd like to know a little bit more about why, but still, just seeing that. Now, here's the thing. Just them spotlighting that quote just now puts my brain, oh, there's a lot of playtesting. Which is exactly what I want from a Kickstarter game, because we've all seen Kickstarter games where like, oh, there wasn't enough playtesting on this. We broke it game 1. And then you play the second time and you're just like, I hope it isn't broken. You're like, yep, there it is. That's still broken. And it's like that weird thing as a reviewer. I don't know if you do this, but as a reviewer, I kind of have to play the broken way. Because I'm like, hey, we think this might be broken. I'm going to play a very specific way. You know, and it's just, it makes the second game just so weird sometimes with games. Previews. Quest and Cadence provides an elegant mix. I just want shipping. That's all I need. Do I want it? Yes. Can you do it? I will say this. I think they've done such a good job at what they have here. Now, I do think there's some things with the zooming in, but they clearly appear to know what they need to do before you make a board game, which is always the thing. Like, they have the 500 people ready. They got the 48-hour thing. They already hit their goal. So I'm going to give this one a check mark on that. I feel kind of comfortable. It looks like they've done a good deal of research on this one. So they even have a tabletop simulator. You know what? Can you do it? Yes. How much is it? That's all I need left, because the $60 is a great price point, but I still need to know the shipping. Question for it's a preview, don't care. Best implementation of ship customization I've ever seen in any game. Damn, that's a good quote. That's a good quote right there, because like customizing your ship, that just sounds so fun. I want to play a game where I customize my ship right now, especially when there's just a whole bunch of different things. Oh, I want a game. I want a Stefan Feld customizing ship game where there's like 1,000 different ways you can customize your ship. Oh, please, Stefan, get on that. Or hopefully it's already in the pipes, because that sounds so cool. Preview, whatevs. Question Kids have so much care crafted into its components that is sure to impress anyone who lays eyes on it. Okay. Cool. I shouldn't say that. I know for the components, for a lot of people, moves the needle. So I shouldn't say it. But it's just, for me personally, I'm like, I assume that your components should not suck. Like, right? Now, granted, if you're actually having, like, that wooden board, because in the thing, it was a wooden board. Like, if it's actually going to be that, I don't know. We'll keep going. I just want the shipping. I'm mindlessly lost for the shipping. I love questions, candidates. Sail your boat, collect resources, and complete quests in this beautiful fantasy setting. And don't forget to destroy your opponents while you're at it. Okay, hate that quote. Questions, candidates, review. Oh, pirating. Ooh, review. Gets me more excited. I'm immediately more interested in this than any of the previews just because they got rid of the P. Because that means that Alex is hopefully going to talk about some negatives for this game, which is awesome. And maybe that's why it's so low. I like the variability. I like how the puzzle changes with each game, also based on your character. That's the first time that someone has mentioned that it's a puzzly style game. That's really interesting, because puzzly style games, a lot of people like puzzly style games. And oh my god, we have so far to go! What else do you have on here? What the hell is this? We're 30 minutes in and we haven't even... Oh my god, people, shorten your Kickstarter pages. Alright, let's get rid of that one. I had a lot of fun playing quests and cannons. The gameplay was fast and fun, but wasn't overly complex, something that is rare in sandbox games. The art is icing on the cake, bringing the rich narrative to life. I'm just so desensitized to quotes and videos that I want to get out of here. I just want shipping. Are we just going to go videos forever? Question Cannons is a family-friendly. Now this, I would move all the way to the top or near the top, because that's the one thing that I was mentioning. Can I play this with my 9-year-old? Easy to teach, co-op, and collective. And so this is the first time, because other people have mentioned family as well, but I want to know, like, how old any of these people's families are. Because I guess there was a family one earlier, but I need to know, like, that piece of information. And that's why every single time I review a family or a children's game, I always mention my kids' ages. And if you have a quote and you're trying to spotlight how family-friendly it is, I would dig through that video or ask them to get the age of their children, because it's so important. And yes, I know different children are on different skill levels, but still, you get what I'm saying. If I enjoy a family game with a 7-year-old, your ears are going to peak up. If you have, a 6, 7, 8, 9-year-old, you get what I'm saying here. More videos, probably the best streamlined, family-friendly pick-up and deliver game that we ever played. Cool. What's up? Keep going. It's forever. Forever. Okay, playthroughs. So now we're to more videos. I guess they were just like, we're just going to put everything on the bottom, which is, I guess that's the best way to do it, but you're going to make me dig through all this to find the damn shipping. There's a lot to love. Playthroughs, cool. Full playthroughs, awesome. A very welcome game. The plays is good. I'm just going to take a drink, and we're just going to, so now we're done with the videos. Cool. Okay. Why back now? We get it. We know. A fun fantasy pirate theme and a well-planned pick-up and deliver exploration game makes Q&C great addition. So, we're back to more videos. We don't believe that Kickstarter exclusives should offer exclusive, so this is a way of saying we don't have anything that's going to keep you back coming to the page, like daily unlocks or stretch goals. We're doing our best to make sure that most possible can enjoy our game as intended with the most premium components possible, and while I hope that Quest and Cannons can make the jump to retail, there's no guarantee that it will. We're going to show our appreciations by backers by giving anyone who subscribes to our email list and backs the game as the standard pledge or higher a full set of 3 exclusive character pins. So they're doing things outside of the game in order to still get people excited. So making these pins and having these pins is not going to add any additional time to their shipping, because presumably it's going to be much quicker to make the pins, and then they can just ship it, hopefully with the boxes, depending on how they're doing the fulfillment. So that's fine, I guess. Okay, right now I'm to the mode where I'm like, I just want shipping. I'm getting cranky that we're halfway right now. So this is just a bloated Kickstarter page. And then the other thing is, I don't even remember. I just want the shipping. Quested candidates, the risen. But then the thing is, and I know people say it's just at the bottom. Just scroll to the bottom. Well, no, I don't want to scroll to the bottom because what if I miss something cool? You know, it's like just put it right under the price. All right. Something that I love about this game is the theme, the depth, the characters. I'm just so cool. Oh wow! Now we're gonna focus in on the asymmetrical and the different characters and the different artwork. And look at this artwork. Like, that's great artwork. I don't feel like I have been that wowed by any of the artwork as much as, like, right here and in that rule booklet, which I don't think is a particularly good thing. We believe we have a fantastic story to tell with us in this game, and we got cool concept art, neato, accessible strategy, just more quotes. What is this? We designed a quested canvas to be approachable, accessible, and with strategic depth. I feel like I've heard that 13 times. Like, I'm getting to the point I'm just annoyed by this Kickstarter. Like, they expect you to go through all this? Like, really? Like, I just in my mind, if I make a Kickstarter story, and I don't know how my previous Kickstarters are. I'm going to do a Kickstarter critique on my past Kickstarters. Oh my god, I'm going to tear myself a new one. I'm sure, because I've learned so much from studying so much. It's just, you expect people to go through your entire story, right? Who's going through this entire story? Like, it's just so much. And now we're talking, is this like a designer diary? Many of the mechanics designer are Rule 3. So we're just, oh, and here's that, here's the player aid that I wanted to see earlier. Look at that. Upgrades? That was upgrades? No, naughty. Once again, that's why I said I wanted to zoom in, because if I'm looking through your components and I see, oh, there's upgrades, the upgrades are going to be super simple because it's all done here, and there's attacking and actions and movement, I look at these 2 player aid cards, and damn it, I'm in. But you made me go this far to see these awesome player aid cards. And nobody's going this far. We're looking for the shipping, and we're going about 50 miles an hour to get to the shipping. They should have like an additional information page to put all this in it. This should just be an over with you. Yeah, I agree. It just needs to be so much more streamlined. I agree with Noah. We found hundreds of playtests. Wow, so there we go. This should not be buried here. That right there is more valuable than 95% of more of the information that you have above this. Hundreds of playtests. I'm done. I see these quotes. I see hundreds of playtests. I see $60. I'm in. Well, once I get to the shipping. Okay, cool. This is just a random picture here of what? Large. Oh, so now are we spotlighting the large dual-layer boards? Are the central components used to keep track and handle the bulk of the mentality? It's one example. Why would we mention it here? Like, this is a big selling point, that these are dual-layered and everything's going to fit in there. Now, granted, I kind of already knew that from your video and whatnot, so I'm not, like, dinging you that hard on this one, because I already had that. Like, I had that in my brain. You did a good enough job on the video spotlighting that. But still, the fact that it's here, it just seems like, who's getting this far? Versatile gameplay. I don't want to read any more quotes. I'm so sick of reading a game you grow with. Okay. This one I do want to know more about. Some people might want more quests and cannons, and that's great, even expected. We've also got great news on that front. Quests and Cannons: The Risen Island is part 1 to a 3-part saga, and true to the intent of Kickstarter, we are asking for your support to make Quests and Cannons all that could be. That's really cool. This should be way higher. I believe this should be in the video. That last 4 or 5 seconds that is just pure blackness. Because that was one thing I did. You know, I wasn't going to nitpick because it was black. Whatever. But just there, you know, part 1 of the Risen Islands trilogy. Because if I'm sold by your game and by your components and by the $60 and the cut of your jig and how you handle your Kickstarter, I'm even more excited about this because now I know I'm going on a multi-year ride. A Lost Kingdoms sort of ride. With you know what I'm talking about? They have the Architects of the Lost Kingdom, Raiders of the Lost Kingdom, whatever the hell that is. And those people are on that ride right now. Like, oh, a new West Kingdom game. You're putting people on that ride, but you're burying that information all the way down here, and I don't like it. That's a cool thing to spotlight. We ask for your support to make Quests and Cannons all they can be. The Resident, gorgeous and fun. Just stop it. Stop. Wait, somebody did mention asymmetrical. Is that the? I feel like I know I've scrolled through so much, but yes, lean on that asymmetrical a little bit more. A big wide open space. I'm gonna guess. Let's see. Is it just me? Is it just me? No, it looks like a big white box. Maybe it's just well, here's the thing. Normally I would reload to try it, but I don't want to have to scroll back through all that. It's going to take me like a minute. Like, really, a freaking minute. Come on. Pledge levels? Holy! Let's bury this at the bottom. Why? I thought we already had the pledge levels. Aren't they $60 and $100? No, apparently they're not. Let's go. Follow campaign and access pledge manager. Cool. That's all I want to know. Great. $8 Risen Island cartographer. Full color print and play. Developed by... Wait, wasn't the print and play already free? Couldn't I click on the print and play up there? I'm so confused. Oh, so this is going to be... So I'm guessing that print and play is like a crummy version. Yeah, I don't really like that. It always... There's a certain price that I say, come on, really? For a print and play? And I think we hit it. I think it's like $5. I don't know, but let me know. What's that price for you on print and play? Do you have a price where you're like, come on, that needs to be a poll question. And granted, it's going to be different from game to game to game. But let's see. Oh no, you lied! Don't do this! Why would you lie there? Throw in the $2 one. Like it's just. These are the pledge levels. Oh wait, except for that one. That one's not there. Just I don't like that. All right, 3 backers, whatever. $8, print and play. Let's see, 8 people. Okay. That's honestly higher than I thought it would be. So $60, heroes, and then wait. What is this? Oh, so this is a signed prototype and deluxe pledge. So you're buying a prototype for $350 as a content creator who has quite literally thrown away hundreds and hundreds of prototypes. Like that pledge level just makes me die inside. But great. I hope some people take it because you want to be the first to play it. Whatever. But that's just one of those behind the scene things. So let's see how many people want just the base game because I thought the base game was a great price, 67 backers. Okay. So how many people want the coins and the playmat? And once again, I would spotlight that a little bit. I know I've gone so far through it, and I already knew that, but it's just so many people are here, 91 backers, because just Kickstarter just is so bizarre. Can I fit this into there? That's also a question that I need answered. And we're not even to the bottom. Are you kidding me? What else is left? Aside from shipping. Shipping, of course, is left. Because that is the least important thing. Champion and Miraheim backers will receive a deluxe pledge of Quest Encounters. 1 person. Okay. Good for them. First person on the block. Founder of Miraheim, deluxe pledge to design your own crew member for the Cosmic Cipher. Oh, wow! What the hell's the Cosmic Cipher? That's my first response. Like, cool! A thing? Yippee! Like, what is that? Includes a Champion of Miraheim pledge as well. Design your own crew member character for the expansion. Oh, for it's an expansion! Okay, so in the future, so don't tell me you're going to spring some expansion that I can buy right now on here, because if you are, then I feel like that is not properly advertised. So that's a cool one. That's actually a really cool one. Let's see. And 1 person took it. I like that. That's a really awesome one. Lore Master, deluxe pledge and design your own champion for the expansion. Oh, so this is actually really cool. And now that I understand what this is, that actually is a banger. And I bet that one's going to get completely taken by the end of this. Yeah, there's only 1 left, because that's really cool. Super neat. And once again, I'm going to give them kudos. Because I say the good, I say the bad, I say what I think. This is the kind of thing that more companies need to offer. Because some people say, oh, you're giving away, too much of the potential gameplay and whatnot. But if your concern is really, I don't know if we're going to get funded. Which for most Kickstarters, not the big dogs. Like, Simon's not sweating like, oh, I wonder if this He-Man one's going to get funded. I'm going to stay awake at night, can't sleep. But for most people, that is a legitimate concern you have about falling directly onto your face. And it's not a fun thing to think about. So adding these, I think, is a great job. Because, look, that's $4,500 right there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy when those are gone. You add that one in, and you're probably, almost halfway to the goal just with your fancy ones. A good chunk of it, so I think those are great. Once again, get rid of these, though, once they are not available. So $25 for the metal coins, $25 for the quick play mat. Honestly, I'd go $60, $25, but that's just me. Add on custom dice, the one thing we zoomed in on. Are the custom dice part of... Oh, so the custom dice are part of the $100. Oh, so they add to the value. I don't have a problem with this. I don't think that pledge level is really for me, but just looking at the $60 box, don't have a problem with that. So the price is solid. What is this? Oh, this is so now we're going more in depth about the pledge levels that we already looked at after the area way above where we only mentioned 2 of the specific pledge levels. So this, in essence, is our 3rd trip to the pledge level area. And if I have to make 3 trips to your pledge level area, that's too many. Like, it should be very clean, very concise. And this one, I'm not a fan of it. No, especially when you factor in the placement. We had to scroll for a mile to get here. Designs are subject to approval. This is cool. And now they're going, and once again, this is why I think you go more in-depth up there, because I read this and I say, oh, it's for the expansion. My first response is not, well, what the hell is that? Which, yeah, I imagine, at once people say, well, just keep scrolling. Well, yeah, you should. I shouldn't have to, though. The game is simple to learn and easy to play, but requires a fair amount of strategy. Shipping, hey, here we go, $15. It's not terrible. It's not bad. It's not great. So we're looking at a $75 game. Now, here's the other issue that I have with this. I have no real concept concrete of this box. I think it's a Ticket to Ride size box with a square rule sheet. But nothing here has really given me that inclination or however that word works. And maybe unless maybe it's buried in one of these videos. Once again, I don't want to keep scrolling all the way down there. So the 15 seems a bit high. Well, yeah, I guess it's an MSRP game. So you're looking at 75. I don't think it's great. I don't think it's terrible, especially, and it's becoming a much harder to judge now with, shipping the way it is. So I'll give that a pass. So USA 1522, this one looks reasonable. It's 18. Yeah. Actually, you know what? I take that back. I have no issues with the shipping area. I don't think. It's so hard to judge because we just get so spoiled with Amazon and like Cool Mini or not. It's like get 100, it's free. Like we just get so spoiled by that. So when you actually have to look at real shipping prices, it's like what's good, what's bad. $15 the UK, good for you. I'm wondering if the VAT is included. Hopefully we mentioned that somewhere. But this is a nice shipping area. Honestly, I'd love to see it. Let's see, 20 minutes ago. Actually, like 30 minutes ago. Wow, yes, like 30 minutes ago. Jesus, come on. Project timeline, campaign ends, design files, manufacturing, freight, shipping, delivers to backers. So next year, cool, seems reasonable. Retailer info, brick or mortar, whatevs, cool. Location and partnerizing, you want to do that. Great. Short hop games, cool. Things, stuff, people. I don't think most people are getting down this far, unfortunately. Wow, Kickstarter trailer. Oh, so they're shouting those people out. Awesome. Marketing promotion. Special thanks. We just keep going. Social media. More previews. Stop it. Just stop it. I just want to be done. I'm trying to do my damn job because I do my due diligence and I look at every single thing on the Kickstarter page, but it just won't end. How many videos? This is too many. This is just so much. And I get it. Maybe that's how they got the 500. Like how many prototypes did you have? Because maybe it was just they were hardcore on the grind. Yeah, I'd like to see the shipping about 3 miles higher on this page, LOL. Like, yeah, but just... And why does this one... Why do they get spotlighted? That's the other thing. Like, you've made, like, a clear decision. Oh, when we get down here, we're just going to list them. Oh, except for them. We'll show them, but then everybody else back to you peasants. Like, why that one? Okay. I don't know anything. Question candidates is great, and maybe it's because all these ones are higher or something. No, because it says more. It's a more. Do I secretly have one here that I just shot and forgot about? A great fan. And once again, now we're doing it again. Like, why does Jenny get a quote, but then Board Game Bakes does it? Maybe it's because I don't know. I don't even know the rhyme. I don't know the reason. Once again, Cameron gets quote. The girl, no quote. Question candidates plays like a fine mix, so it's oh, but hey, there's another video. Oh, but here, like, what's the rhyme and reason here? I'm so baffled. It just keeps going. Just stop it, damn it. I gotta give them props. All right, I'm not even mad at this point. They have done so much in the front end of this, and that actually looks bigger than a Ticket to Ride. So, no. Either way. That's so many videos. That's an absurd amount of videos. Good for them. I want that. Okay. Podcast interviews. We just keep going. Wow. I will say they hammered home the can you do it. I feel much more comfortable with all of that. Okay, that was a ride. That was a lot. That was a lot of stuff. So let's go check out the so much FAQ updates, comments, and get out of here. $75. Does it feel like a $75 game? I guess that's honestly. So that's the real question. I'll pull punches here. 9 champion tiles, 6 dual layer player boards. Cool. 3 funding champions. So how many cards is it? So 45 loot cards, 50 quest cards, 18. So we're looking at about 100. It's a bit pricey. That's a bit pricey there. This one feels a lot like a Kickstarter game right now. It feels like you're not getting a deal, you're paying a little bit more to make the dream happen. So I'm not the biggest fan of the price, to be honest with you. Or at least how they're selling me with it. You know what, I take that back, it's 1 to 6 players. It's just been so long since I saw that beautiful number there that I forgot about it. So never mind, take backsies. Once you get to 5 and 6 player games, they got bulletproof armor on pricing, I do think. Especially if it's just $10 or $15 more. So pricing, do I want it? Yes. Can you do it? You've convinced me by just bombarding me with videos. How much is it? I think the price is reasonable, especially for a game that's going to play 5 or 6, which is so hard to find. How does Kickstarter work? Get the hell out of here. Get out of here. Our local taxes like that include the prices. We will include to backers all over the world. It's not possible to include local taxes. Oh, really? Really? You felt the need to mention every other single tiny minute detail about this Kickstarter campaign, but this absolutely massive piece of information you're not going to be upfront about in the shipping area. I don't like that. I don't like the choice to not put that where it should be. I think that looks bad. I think that looks unprofessional. I think that looks just a wee bit like shady, like you're hoping people don't even ask. That they just get caught in the wit and the whimsy of this Kickstarter. Yeah, let me know what you think about that. Like, with how much other, like, with the amount of insane prep time that they had to put into that Kickstarter page to just omit this bit of information just seems like an active decision that they decided to make, and I don't like that decision. I think that's a very important piece of buying information for, well, let's see, everyone who's not in the United States of America, and look again, yeah, and that's why all U.S. so dominant. And I will say that when I saw 160 to 15, that made me curious about how this shipping area was going to be handled. And these are some self-inflicted wounds here. So fun in under 3 hours, cool. This is a brand new one, just launched, so I can't really criticize anything like, oh, we only have one comment, because it's just fresh. They just backed, actually, as soon as we started this video, so congrats. What an amazing support. Thanks to everyone that's come out to support this passion project. And here's one thing I do have to say, a testament, an observation. As annoyed as I may have been with the insane amount of videos, it worked. It worked. This is funded, day one, first-time company. No real pedigree to speak of. A lot of things on the Kickstarter that are like, like didn't inspire me, but they're still funded. So hats off to them. Kudos. That's a great strategy, apparently. Send it out to as many people as you possibly can, and I guess it makes sense. It does, but it's at what cost? Like, literally, that's probably going to be super expensive. 3 additional player characters. First, what? No! No! There's stretch goals? Are you kidding me? You made me scroll through 40 minutes of that page and there's stretch goals and you don't even mention them? You didn't mention the VAT or the stretch goals? No, no, no. Like, no, that's important. That's so important. That gets me excited. That makes me want to come back. Not your pins. 3 additional loot cards. Because that's the one thing I remember, because I went to the price and I was like, this price, I'm a little bit sketchy with the cards. You're adding more cards to the game. No! Front and center stretch goals were hidden. Because once again, when you launch a Kickstarter, your initial goal is to get funded. Once you get funded, it's all about getting the buzz and just getting it as high as you can. And stretch goals are how you do it. And I thought you said that you weren't going to add stuff like this. Like, didn't you specifically say something along those lines? I don't know. This Kickstarter page just befuddles me. We have a lot of awesome content planned for the rest of the campaign, so stay tuned for more updates. Please reach out if you have any questions. Thank you. So once again, I don't think this is a good update. I don't think it'll have many comments because they just didn't ask a question. And I think, and at the end of the day, you could work on a Kickstarter update for an hour, but I think it's all about getting at least one question to get people engaged. Are you sure you didn't miss it through the scrolls of pages? I definitely could have. But once again, it goes back to the question of how do you miss a stretch goal area? How do you miss a stretch goal area? Maybe it was that giant white one that didn't load. That would be bad. Woo! Terrible game. Super backer. Cool. So they're funded. Great. Awesome. And once again, that's the kind of comments that you're going to get here are people who are just happy for you. And there's only going to be a certain number of those people, and they're most likely not going to be popping into future updates to say, still, congrats, I congratulated the first time, but we're going to do it again. No, that's why you need to be engaging your audience. And by announcing stretch goals. And once again, I don't give a damn if you fund in 3 hours. I can see that. That's exciting. That should be part of what you're talking about, that you're hyped about that. But the fact that you're talking about stretch goals in here, that is the most important. And that's one thing I learned from Bauer's Game Corner. Most people come here not for Bauer, they come here for the game. And right now, their game is getting stretch goals, and that's exciting. I would focus on that instead of that, is what I'm saying. Let me know what you think. First stretch goals at 25,000 for 3 additional loot crabs. And so, will be added to the page with this update. What? Updated graphics will be added to this page with this update. Why wouldn't you? Okay, so it's up there. Good. Great. Hopefully it's near the top. I would still have asked a question. What? It's a no-brainer. You're talking about stretch goals. The whole point of this is saying, hey, we have stretch goals, which I think should have already been on there because it just gets people excited. But what stretch goals would you like to see in the future? What stretch goals most excite you? We have a lot of different ideas for potential stretch goals to get you excited and make this the most amazing game as possible, and we're hoping that we hit all of them. But we'd like to fine-point our approach and find out which ones are most interested to you, so then we can figure out the prices of those and adjust our stretch goals accordingly for all future stretch goals, and bada boom, people are getting engaged and involved and want to come back. I think stretch goals are very important. I really do. You guys are off to a great start. Congrats. Congrats on funding. Funded, way to go. These are all the pats on the back, which are going to eventually start to go away because you only get so many of those. Congratulations on the initial funding. I have some questions regarding the playmat. Is there going to be an additional charge regarding specifics? I scrolled through this Get Paid page, but didn't catch much detail. I was wondering about what exactly is printed on either side. Is it still... Yeah, because you didn't zoom in on the components. Also, how do you plan to ship the mat? These are good questions. Hey, Caleb, great question. The mat will have two... Well, here, they're great questions. Put them in the FAQ. Totally put them in the FAQ. And go look at the Reload FAQ from Colossal Games, because that's the best way to handle an FAQ. The map will have 2 preempted map layouts, one on either side. What? Self-inflicted wounds here. That makes that $100 pledge level much easier to understand. Double-sided, because I don't remember that. Maybe it's just me. Let's go back to that campaign page. But I don't remember it saying a double-sided playmat. Because that's, like, playmat, that's hot. That's awesome. I still want the itches on it. But double-sided playmat, that's where I go crazy gaga. Double-sided. Oh, it did say right there. I can't read. Take backsies. But still, I should see both sides. Like, can we all at least agree on that? Just because I don't read, like, you can make it easier for me people who don't read by putting the other side of the playmat. And maybe you have a placeholder artwork. You say it's a placeholder artwork. But I definitely agree right there. I would spotlight that a little bit more because that is a really good selling point. Playmats are already spectacular. You already see that. 91 people are in that extra level. Not because you're amazing metal coins, but you didn't show us at all, but because of a playmat. It just makes the game flow easier because when the pieces move, you can put them exactly where they need to go, especially in a game like this. Playmats are hot. We're open to pot layout and likely a 6-player configuration on the other, though we're open to popular suggestions so that it maximizes its use. We're currently planning to ship the mat rolled in the cardboard tube to ensure it's protected. So this is great. This is a great response. But once again, this is something that needs to be mentioned right there on that spot. And you could just have the playmat you have and then just like artwork pending. We're listening to Kickstarter backers for input on what they would like to see on the back of that. And all of a sudden, I'm much more interested in that $100 level. Like that, double-sided, you mentioned it, so I can't ding it there, but I don't think like you spotlighted it nearly enough. Thanks for the quick response. I'm intrigued having the introduction. And once again, great on the customer service. Awesome. I haven't been much in the uninformed opinion. Congrats. Let's see how the stretch goals. Stretch goals are posted. Okay, but Francois shouldn't have to ask for stretch goals. Like, you back 41 projects. Like, typically the stretch goals are already there just tantalizing, teasing you. That apple you can grab. Or at the very minimum, you have funded 18,000, 25,000, question mark, or whatever the hell the thing is, 3 additional cards. Because seeing that tells me, oh, this is going to be a fun ride. That $60 game is going to gain in value, gain in variability, especially in a ship customization game, no less. When you're talking about a game where you're going to be customizing something and you're talking about more cards, that immediately adds so much immense value to the gameplay, I do believe. And granted, I think the first 3 are something different, but still, you teasing me at the fact that, like, oh, we might have special cannons or special cards that do this or that, like, great. And funded, awesome. Cool. I see a lot of Short Hop Games, you sneaky minx. $5 if they say, hey, can you guys just leave a comment on the first day as well so we can tickle that Kickstarter algorithm? I like it. Good, good. That's awesome. And I'm calling them out in a good way. I think that is super smart, especially when you consider they have 800 people checking out the product. Because once again, you see a comment section and it's popping. You see a comment section with 1,000 comments, you're like, okay, what's going on over there? You're just more naturally inclined to see it. Whereas it has 12, you're like, okay, I could probably skip that. But this, because once again, this is not just Sarah posting here. She does the 1-minute videos. You should check her out. Not particularly my cup of tea because of ADHD, but I know people love her. And I do think she has, either way, check her out. She's awesome. Onward to Adventure. But once again, this isn't just Sarah commenting. That's Short Hops commenting back, which I always recommend you do. I need to do it more on my YouTube videos. And sometimes it's kind of awkward when people don't really give you room to respond to still respond. But anywho, that's 2 comments right there. And they essentially pulled 2 comments out of thin air. So excited for this. Had such a blast reviewing it. Was that exactly what they did? Oh, your boy's got a good eye for this sort of thing. Almost there. Excited to be a part of this amazing campaign. They did. They're great. I don't care. I know some people are going to be like, this is cheap. I don't care. They're tickling that Kickstarter algorithm. They're ticking it hard, and they're 12th place for it. So hopefully they can still keep other people engaged as well. And I got to say, a lot of things I like about this campaign, a lot of things I don't like about this campaign, but that... Can we get the deluxe coins and dice as separate add-ons? I don't want the playmat. That's built into the deluxe pledge. Okay. Interesting. The metal coins and custom traveler's dice should be available to add. Let me know if you have any issues adding them. So once again, they are fixing this on the fly, which... That's... that shows me you didn't do enough forward research, I think. Like, I don't know. I don't like that. The fact, oh, we're gonna add the stretch goal. Oh, we're gonna add these add-ons. You know, oh, I'm sure eventually they will probably put the VAT. Oh, we'll put the VAT there. There's just a lot of things that aren't there, which is so surprising when you think about the astronomical amount of pre-effort that was put into this Kickstarter campaign. This is such a weird one to me. And I still need to give it a grade. So, yeah, let's get to this. It's probably just going to be a bunch more content creators, which is great. Damn it, if it works, it works. So, end of the day, what's the final grade? Do I want it? Yes. I do. 5 to 6 players, lots of variability, customizing my ship. I liked the video. I thought the video was pretty well done, even though it was a bit fast, some different areas there. So do I want it? I was convinced pretty early. Especially when you showed me the price, I think relatively early. It's been so long, I don't even remember. But I think you showed me it was $60. You didn't beat around the bush for that, which was great. Yeah, we knew the price early. So, okay, how much is it? Good. You made me wait forever for the shipping, which is extra annoying if you're someone outside the United States, because once you saw it, you said, oh, well, I guess I'm pretty much out. I'll show myself to the door after having wasted about 10 minutes of my time, which is not how you're going to build, I think, brand loyalty. And let me know. Maybe I'm just being a curmudgeon here, but if you are from outside the United States, you know, and you saw a Kickstarter that was framed that way, is that annoying to you? Because I'm sure that might be some pet peeve. Let me know in the comments below if that's... Okay. So we have this. I think the pricing is reasonable. So, and then how much is it? Yeah, so can you do it? Once again, can you do it is such an interesting one here. There's some things that I just don't like, and there's some things where I'm like, hot diggity dog, I do like it. And they're really showing me things that I'm going to be taking into future videos. So at the end of the day, I'm going to give this one a B-. I was leaning towards a C. No, I'm going to give it a B. Because at the end of the day, they kind of convinced me with the Can You Do It, with just the astounding number of videos and eventually going to the 100 playthroughs. But I don't know if everybody would get there. So I'm going to give this a B-. Yeah, I'm going to give it a B-, I think. No, I'm going to give it a B, because I love what they did there, encouraging content creators to pop in the comments to tickle the Kickstarter algorithms. Genius. Especially considering a lot of those... Oh my goodness. I wonder if they're going to have people do it through different parts of the day. Steal that. Steal that. You should be like, hey, can you post at this specific time from this specific part of the world? Huh. Okay. Very interesting. Very interesting. You know what? I'm going to go with a B- on this one. But let me know what your grade is for Quest and Cannons, the Risen Island. It took a really long time to get there, but I'm excited. I actually think I will reach out to them about maybe trying this. Oh, nobody cares. Come on, get out of here. You're just cluttering it up with more crap that nobody wants. I hate. All right, C+. C+ for that. I said what I said. We went from a B- to a C+ because we just cluttered that main image. Wait, no, did they zoom in? Wait. Was this the original one? Yeah, it was. I don't know. I don't know. C+, we'll go there. If you enjoyed this review, please be sure to click on the subscribe button down below. I'm not quite sure where my face went. It normally is right here. In fact, yeah, so we have the video capture device, which should be capturing my face, but it's not. Not sure what's up about that. Nope, it's just gone. But if you enjoy the content, please be sure to click on the subscribe button. And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube. Bye-bye. Yep, bye-bye.